Hey, how are you?
Good. It's nice to see you again.
Well, you too.
Alrighty, and it's a pretty Friday.
Beautiful outside.
Alrighty, so if you would start by saying your first and last name and spelling it in your title.
Mitch Downey, MitchDowney, Superintendent, Bossier Parish Schools.
Okay, and Mr. Downing, start by talking about your school's drive-through that you guys will be having to give kids 16 and up the vaccine.
Well, we're coordinating with Dr. Van Cherry and trying to make it available for those who wish to receive the vaccine. And those select sites are central to uh, our population, so that's how they were arrived at. And we're just trying to do our part to make it available and convenient to those who so desire to take the vaccine.
And when will this start?
Next week, Miss Bales is coordinating with, I think it's Miss Babin and Dr. Van Cherry. And I think it's currently going on in Caddo this week at some sites. So the latest information I had was early next week.
And where will it be at? Just at one of the local schools?
Yeah, we have four high schools selected, I believe it is, and Airline is one of those, along with Bossier, I believe. And then there's another date for Halton, um, and I can't think of I don't have the information in front of me, but Miss Bales has all of that.
And one second here, I'm just switching my view. And why do you think there's an urgent push to get kids vaccinated?
Say that again.
Why do you think there's an urgent push to get kids vaccinated?
Well, we rely on the experts, the scientists, and the epidemiologist, of which Dr. Van Cherry is leading that group. Um, I'm sure there's discussion out there about the pros and cons of each. We haven't really gotten involved in that. We've tried to be uh, helpful and available to help coordinate the effort. Um, I don't, I think that as far as why the urgency is the hope that we can get back to some sense of normalcy in the fall, and we can get away from the quarantining and the contact tracing, as well as all the other mitigation efforts that are in place right now.
And do you have parents reaching out to you all interested in wanting to know more about the vaccinations taking place next week? Are parents eager about this?
We've had a pretty positive response. Like I said earlier, Ms. Bales is coordinating that along with the principals at those individual sites, sending out that communication, letting them know that it is available or will be available if they so choose. That is a personal and private decision that they have to make, and we're just helping to facilitate that option.
And do you think more students getting the vaccine could keep them in the classrooms?
Well, that is our hope that we've all dealt for the last 14 or 15 months with the impact that the close contact, the contact tracing, the quarantining. Uh, a lot of us have family members that have had difficult times with COVID itself, and so the desire is to put this pandemic behind us and return to our normal way of life.
And as a school, how tough has it been on a school district throughout this pandemic?
Well, our teachers and paras, bus drivers, maintenance people, food service, maintenance techs, they've all pitched in. They've all been fantastic. You can go look at the CDC guidelines for safe schools reopening and look at all the things that are listed that we've had to put in place this year, along, starting with the temperature checks and the social distancing, all the way up to the sanitization that goes on in the schools on an hourly basis, and then even to the contact tracing and the quarantines that have had to be put in place per CDC guidelines. So all of those have been in addition to the challenges we already face in trying to provide the best instruction possible. So we've all been impacted. Uh, it would be nice in the future if some of those things could go away safely and let us focus directly on providing top-notch instruction.
And what's your opinion on Pfizer pushing to get this emergency authorization for kids 12 through 15 to get the vaccine? How do you think that could impact your school if the age limit is lowered?
Well, I'm not a medical expert, and I'll leave all that to the doctors and professionals. As far as my opinion on the impact it would have if a certain percentage, and I don't know what the threshold is in terms of what percentage of the population or what percentage of what age group would have to be vaccinated in order to lift some of these mitigation procedures. But I would like to think that if that percentage is high enough, then some of these procedures and mitigation protocol that we've been adhering to, like I said earlier, for the last 14 months would go away.
And would that put some relief on you as a school district if some of those mitigations do go away?
Well, it would, and like I said earlier, our teachers and paras and all the people that I listed, our bus drivers have been fantastic. We've found a way to navigate this and to have in-person school, which the last report I read was that 45% of the schools in the United States were still virtual. And we were able to go back in person last August and then transition from the hybrid in the middle to high schools in September to face-to-face. So I think Louisiana as a state has done well as far as the LDOE compared to some of the restrictions that are still in place in other states. So we just hope that we can continue to move forward in a positive way and get back to life as we know it.
Alrighty, and is there anything else that you'd like to add here?
We're just following the guidance of Dr. Van Cheer and the CDC, along with the LDOE and the Office of Public Health, and we are relying on the experts.
Alrighty, thank you so much and have
Thank
a
you.
great weekend and enjoy this beautiful weather outside.
Thank you. You do the same.
You too, bye-bye.